Hey guys, what's up? This is myonlinebillboard.com. I'm going to show you how to advertise a Google My Business listing and why that helps increase your SEO and other things that we found for other clients. Without further ado, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. We're going to get straight into this. This is myonlinebillboard.com, where you can make the entire internet your billboard. You can advertise across millions of websites, apps, games, and all that within under 3 minutes. If y'all ever wanted to create an online billboard business, this gives you that opportunity. Or if you just want to find a better way to advertise or add in additional ways to reach your audience, this is a platform that allows you to go out and advertise to your people. So how this has happened is that Fortune 500 companies are already using this type of strategy in their business every day. So the problem that a small business would have is that if you came to them, you said, yo man, I'm gonna go advertise you on ESPN and Vogue. And you're like, yeah, that's price tag. It's about 165 grand. They're like, whoa, wait a minute. Wait, what? How much? And so what this allows you to do is you target your audience of your demographics, your lifestyle interests, and it goes out and advertises to them. So if they're at home and they're wanting to make a cheesecake or something like that, they go to Google, they type it in, and they end up on all recipes. And then your online billboard is there and it's advertising to them. And then when they click it, it sends them back to your website. Or in my case, I'm sending a lot of traffic to the Google My Business page, and we will go over why we do that and the effects that you can see on that. So as I said before, this is my online billboard. This is proven results by Fortune 500 companies. You can send it to your website, your traffic. If you want to just increase your video views, that can definitely be done. So right here, you'll see different companies that are advertising, and right here's the online billboard, and they can be there. This is a very cost-effective way. You can see that the world has been taking notice. We had Dean Blandino kind of check out our website from Fox Sports. If you are a football fan for refereeing, he is the person there. So advertising is expensive. So we went out and tried to find a way to reach our customers and our audience via different platforms. Because during COVID, everything has risen. So including your Google clicks and your Facebook clicks, we needed a way to target our audience, get them into that funnel, and then we are actually retargeting using them. So I would never really, tell you to drop everything and only use this or anything like that. I don't believe in ever putting your eggs all in one basket. And this luckily puts you on literally thousands and thousands of websites and apps and games to your target audience. So you're not only hitting just a few platforms. We've been featured, on some of the Fox, NBC, ABC. We had MarketWatch pick it up, a few other things. So right there, as you'll see, those are the different ads, online billboards, and you can reach millions. So right now, you can actually create a free account and begin online advertising. So I was just going to kind of go over a few things of like who uses an online billboard. So if you're a realtor, if you're a YouTuber, some TikTok people use this. All small businesses can send it, as I said, to their Google My Business page. Artists, people who just use direct mail and they want to reach more people within their area. This is a great tool to target everybody within your area and get them into your website or whatever offer that you may have. Pretty much if you have anything online and you want to send traffic to and grow your business and get more people in, that is what we do. So if you go here, you can see at the bottom that we have a 7-minute training. This goes over how to do it, create an account, and from A to Z. So right now, I am going to go over some of the Google My Business information. So what I was telling you before is, let's say you are on Forbes and your audience is here. So what you can do is you create ads. So like right here, you could see that ad's there, and there's others like right there, and there's GoDaddy. So as you see, these are typically companies who have larger budgets. But now you're able to kind of go in, create your own online billboard and upload it into this vast ecosystem of the internet and target specific people to their location. And of course, their location. So when someone clicks this, that is then taken to the website. And that is where you can kind of get your cost of return. You can figure out how much the cost per click. Now, as I was saying before about Google My Business, what I'm telling people, so when people click that, let's go ahead and lead them to your Google My Business page. So what that can look like is right here, I have an example of a business. So when someone clicks that, they would be taken to your Google My Business page. So right here, you got your pictures, you got your address. Most of your most of your searches are now done on mobile. So what that means is when they're pulling this up on their phone, they can click get by turn directions, and they are automatically getting literally directions to your business. So you can establish a goal. So if you're a brick and mortar store, you probably want them inside your store, and that's how you can increase, calls and turn by turn directions, especially during this kind of COVID time and, as we're alternating and navigating this thing called life. So if your number one thing is to get calls, the great thing about this is they're a tap of away, and then they're automatically getting to there. So you may be sitting there like, yo, Dallas, man, I just spent like 50 grand on my website. I have to send people to my website. I have good news for you. They're still able to get to your website from here by clicking there. And then what this does. So why would I want to do this? So the reason why, and then we found, is when we started sending people here, Google loves it when you promote Google. So when there was Google Plus, I always told my businesses, let's go ahead and create a Google Plus page. I know that your audience probably isn't on there, but we can, promote, we can add posts, and it always elevated their Google My Business and their Maps listing. So what this does is whenever they start seeing Forbes and literally thousands of other games and websites and momsblog.com and who knows what, sending them back to your page, which is also a part of Google starts seeing all these links going back to your profile. And they're like, man, this guy must know something that maybe the others in your competition do not know. And that's whenever we started seeing more of an SEO result. So it started also helping their website, and you could pay, a company thousands and thousands of dollars to get on for, SEO purposes. But this is just one way. This isn't the only way. It's not the, guaranteed way or anything like that, but you can send the traffic here. And then the good news is once somebody gets into your website, if you already have a pixel installed, you can then retarget to them on your social medias, on your Googles and your YouTubes and everything else that you're currently doing. So you don't have to get rid of anything else. You could actually take, a percentage of whatever you're spending in those markets and send them to here. And the reason why also is because we found that our cost per click to be, vastly different and much cheaper. And so if I'm able to kind of use an example of a solar company. So solar right now, it can be $50 per click on Google. And if I'm able to get a click at 50 cents and send over around, 100 homeowners versus one, the return on investment can be a whole lot greater there because I got 100 people into my funnel and I'm able to re-advertise to them. So when you leverage on online billboards, you're also building your funnel, so to speak. So I just kind of wanted to go over a little bit on how Google operates. So right now, if you're looking for an electrician in Dallas, Texas, you might type in electric Dallas, Texas. So a lot of people think that Google's, whole world is to grow their business. Unfortunately, I have kind of bad news for you. It's really not. They're trying to get traffic to stay and to participate in Google. So what used to be, for the organic search results, it used to be up here. But now you got your ad, and then, the description and the ad, and you got another ad, and then you have another ad. And then you finally get to here, which is the Google My Business and my Google Maps page right there that you can see and then view all. So the good news also, when you're sending them to your Google My Business page, as you could see before, you are not having to compete with all these other, people too. And then you usually have your frequently asked questions. And then finally, they get to your SEO results. So I'm not saying that you don't need to, focus on that. but I'm just saying that this is the reality that we live in, and Google does want to keep their traffic there. And to prove that, Wikipedia used to get a ton of traffic. So if you were at home and you're like, man, I wonder how old Dolly Parton is. You're like, no, dude, she's 50, dude. Nah, she's 100. I don't know. Let's just Google it. So they ask it like, hey, Siri, can you tell me how old, Dolly Parton is? And then right here it says, oh, she's 75. But where did they get this result? This is actually from Wikipedia. So we do not have to go to to Wikipedia and get this information. It's right here. It's 75 years old and we're out. And so what that tells us, if you can just take that information, if Google's trying to keep them there and you start sending traffic to Google and you're also promoting them, and then they see that you're getting thousands and thousands of different websites linking back to it, that's whenever you can start to see an increase. So you may be like, yo, Dallas, that's great, but where are you kind of, this idea, it sounds and it looks right, but how does this even would work? So, here's an example that we did. This was back in 2019 to March of 2020. This was a clinic. And as you can see here, around that time, they were getting around total searches of about 3,700. We started using online billboards and then the other advertising platforms. And we increased their maps to a little over 10 grand. Right there. And so then you can compare the actions. So actions is when somebody clicks on your website, clicks for directions, or calls your business. So they had about 677 of them, and we more than almost tripled it, but more than 1,500 right there. So what you can see here's the number of times someone visited the website. That increased. The calls, the directions, because this was a healthcare facility, we needed them to get turn-by-turn directions. Yours may be the same. Yours may be wanting to do calls. So right here, you can see that there's nearly a double increase in calls. Some other examples right here. This is an online store. Obviously, before COVID, they didn't have this in place, but they had an increase in their traffic by over 5,000% in this, and they made an additional couple $1,000s. So what that tells me is you can go here. Here's another example. I mean, this person on their Shopify store, actually this was a different one. They were able to, increase their conversions and get more visitors. But how can you do this? So the easiest way is you can design an online billboard. You can sign up for myonlinebillboard.com for one of their accounts right now. It's absolutely free. You can claim your lifetime access and start to create your own online billboards. If you don't want to design them, we actually have that ability for you, but that's not really a part of this right now. But to begin, I would just simply start out by getting a free account, claim your account, and then you can create this online billboard. And whenever you have your Google My Business page, there's a spot here that I'm already in where you can go to share your page. And so you would just copy and paste your information to right here. So share your business profile. And this is the link that you would send them to. And you can also create multiple ads, create some that leads to your website and then also to here. But I'm telling people to kind of, help with everything in Google and everything else. Send some traffic to there, test it out, see what you think. You could do this for your customers. You can create your own online billboard business with this. If you're an agency, or if you're just wanting to grow, your business or get more people from you, it's just because you're a TikToker and you want more people to see your content, you can do that. Send people to your Facebook page. Send people who aren't on TikTok over to there. Let's see if I had anything else. If you wanted to create any offers or services, that can all be done. But go check it out. This is myonlinebillboard.com. I don't want to keep y'all too long. I'm trying to keep this around 20 minutes. So I will get back to you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. But again, this is myonlinebillboard.com.